I'm going to show you how easy it is to change out a headlight bulb in a 2004 Dodge Durango. Basically, the issue we have here is the passenger side bulb has gone on the blink. So there are two 10mm nuts under here that we'll need to remove. There's the replacement bulb. We went ahead and got two in case we decided to do the other, just so they're both fresh. And then you'll notice when you turn the tires so you can access the trap door right here, that'll allow you to access the other nut that's holding the headlight in. Now we've got the ratchet tool extension, which helps you get all the way back to where those two nuts are. A little magnetic wand, so that sometimes if it does slip off the socket, you can just stick this back in there and pull it right on out. See here, we're getting the second bolt loosened up. And like the first one, if for some reason it doesn't come off with the socket, you can use the magnet to kind of pull it on out. And since I always lose things, put everything right back in the magnet ashtray just so I can keep everything organized. Okay, you can see here where we pulled the little trap door off, and this nut is just right up in here, and ours is actually loose enough that I can untighten it with my hand. We'll make sure we get it on a little bit tighter when we pull her back. Okay, so here she is. We're ready now to pull the housing off. Okay. All right, now we're just ready to pull the housing off completely. And now we will just unplug sockets from each light fixture. The little tabs together, and you can pull each wiring harness off the back of the light socket. We're ready to move the light socket out from the assembly. Just turn it counterclockwise, and now we're going to replace the bulb. You can see we're replacing with an identical bulb that we got from the local auto parts store. It's just snapping it right back in. It goes right back in the same socket and turning it clockwise so it locks in place. Snap the wiring harness back on until we get that click, and it's good to go. Now, as trial and error guys, we want to make sure we didn't make an error while we were trying. So we always test everything before we put it all back together. You can see we've got that right hand turn signal working just fine. See here, we're just tightening everything back down. And you don't need to over torque it, but just hand tight just so there's enough pressure on it that's not going to back out. Now we also did a quick little inventory of some of the other trim pieces, and we were missing one of the little buttons. So we just found one in our little kit of parts that fit. These are just little plastic tabs. Just kind of hold everything together. You can see here, they make it almost dummy proof where it says up, and that's, you just slide that back up in the tabs, then pull it straight back down, and that's how your trap door goes back in together. So we are done. Okay, so we're going to test it one more time. Got that turn signal working great. Everything's locked down. Good job for the amateur car hacks.